Arkham Knight on the Steam Deck, a game that melted GPUs back in 2015, is now running smooth and sipping battery like it's green tea in 2025. Now let's lock it at 30 FPS, talk settings, plugins, and how I'm gonna get up to 5 hours of playtime in Gotham. First, let's look at the in-game settings. I'm running this at display mode full screen, resolution at 1280 by 720, VSync off, max FPS at 30 of course, texture resolution at normal, shadow quality at normal, level of detail at normal, motion blur on, anti-aliasing on, chromatic aberration on, and film grain on. For texture filtering, I choose trilinear and everything else at the bottom turned off. Motion blur can be a bit of a preference for some people, but I prefer to turn on motion blur, especially with a 30 FPS cap. Motion blur greatly helps in the smoothness, so I'll keep it on. Now on the Steam Deck side, I've got a few things dialed in. The frame rate is set to 30, with allow tearing turned on for reduced input lag, and a TDP limit set to 8 watts. This setting gives me the most stable gameplay with no stutters and keeps the temps way down. I'm also using one plug-in through Decky Loader to stretch out the battery life, and that is Decky Undervolt. My undervolt settings are at -30 on Core 0 to Core 3, and that's pretty much it. With these settings, the gameplay feels amazing, stable, and really smooth and cinematic. Sure, it's at 30 FPS, but that's the sweet spot for battery and thermal balance. And trust me, Gotham doesn't really need 60 when you're chasing 5 hours unplugged. If you want me to dial down the settings for your favorite game, hit that sub button. I'm creating this channel to make a collection of settings for all my Steam games that are at 30 FPS so I can maximize battery life. The Steam Deck is after all made to be used on the go, and I don't like my FPS jumping around from 30, 40, and 60, so I'd rather have them all be at 30 FPS all over the board. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.